today kind of marks the end of an era. Today is the last day or the final weapons update within Modern Warfare. Kind of dropped out of nowhere, but today we ended up getting a brand new weapon, the RAAL LMG. Today we're going to break down everything you need to know about said update, what you can look forward to with this weapon, and how it may relate to the overall meta world of Modern Warfare Warzone, and that sort of end of an era for Modern Warfare 2019. But that said, as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. Have you guys unlocked the RAAL LMG just yet? Are you guys liking it? Are you looking forward to it? Or are you a little bit bummed this is the final weapon update of the game? Whatever the case may be, let me know your thoughts down below, but hopefully enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure you drop a like down below. Let's aim for 1,000 likes on this video. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We have so much stuff regarding Warzone, Vanguard, anything COD related that you guys do not want to miss here coming up very soon. So stick it here on the channel. And finally, a big thank you to these legends on screen who used creator code Espresso in the in-game store in either Warzone, Cold War, or Modern Warfare. It is entirely optional. Do not feel pressure to do so, but it's a great way to help support the channel a little further. If you ever decide to do so, tweet me a picture. I'd love to shout out some of your generous support in upcoming videos. But that said, let's jump right into the discussion at hand. So where this all began is that update 1.41 went out from Modern Warfare seemingly out of nowhere. I mean, it came at like 11 a.m., which is not the time we normally see updates on a Tuesday where we normally don't see updates happen. So this kind of went out there just out of the blue, and it was a relatively small update as far as I could tell in regards to sizing. On PlayStation, it was less than a gig for me. But either way, sizing doesn't really matter when you have to deal with the absurd copying times on that console. But regardless, you have a slight download on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, wherever you're playing. Right now, there is no additional patch notes as to what this included, but the big thing that everybody, of course, noticed was that the RAAL LMG was included in this update. So for those keeping track, right now that does in fact make up the final Modern Warfare weapons update that we know of. We had the Psychov in Season 2 Reloaded, we had the CX-9 not too long after with Soap, we also had Sparks and Soap introduced as operators, we've got Drainage, Al Rob Airbase, and Killhouse all introduced as maps, and we saw those unreleased bundles drop throughout that time as well, from when the Psychov was introduced to now, sometime in between all of that. So for the time being, it seems like Modern Warfare and all that content is now out there in the wild, and with Infinity Ward likely hard at work finalizing a presumed Modern Warfare 2 coming next fall, I don't quite have my hopes up for any new content beyond this. But the RAAL LMG, this of course being visible in your creator class now and usable in both Modern Warfare and Warzone. For those that need to unlock it, I'm sure a lot do, but a while back there actually was a bug that allowed you to have challenge progress be saved, whereas the weapon wasn't actually live, but not sure how many retained that. So for generalization purposes, the unlock challenge here for this is to get 5 kills with LMGs using a scout optic in 7 different matches. So this may take a bit of time to complete, though admittedly, I'm unsure if these need to be completed matches like they did in Cold War's weapon unlock challenges, because if not, it's actually kind of a breeze. That's just like 15 minutes of work out there, join in, get 5 kills, back out, and you're good to go. But again, unconfirmed on that part here at this. However, for those that don't quite like the unlock weapon challenges, this one actually is kind of an oddity though, because there is no bundle associated with this weapon for immediate unlock. And that's kind of the strangest part. There really was never one in the game files designated for this, even as far back as whenever we saw these unreleased bundles in Modern Warfare's database. There just wasn't one for the RAAL LMG. So unlike the CX-9 and other weapons that had a bundle that came with a blueprint at some point even, the RAAL doesn't have one associated with it at all in the game files. So I also wouldn't get my hopes up for any cool camos or blueprints coming along for this weapon yet either, unfortunately. But as for the feel of the weapon, personally, I'm still going through and unlocking the weapon as of the time of making this, but having played around with it in private matches against bots, just getting a general feel of the weapon. For Modern Warfare in particular, it feels like a really decent weapon. The LMGs obviously have fast time to kills just because of the damage output on those, but the bulkiness of them and the other deterrents and attributes may hinder some people's enjoyment of it. But the RAAL LMG seems to be a decent choice here with this. My question then is, how does this hold up in Warzone? Will this be something like the Bruin 2.0? Obviously, right now, as of making this like an hour and a half after this update goes out, of course, it's a little bit too early to tell, but over the course of the next 24, 48, 72 hours, we'll have a decent understanding of where this fits in the meta, if it fits at all. It, of course, is a bulky weapon, so mobility-wise, you may want to take an SMG or something like that so you can swap to it and run across fields a little faster, but at the same time, this thing also does hit like a truck, so it can absolutely pack a punch here. I'm just curious to see where this ends up fitting into, again, that meta, if it does at all. Now, if we were to talk about meta builds, of course, again, still too early here to tell. What I was playing against in the bot gameplay that you may have seen a little bit of here with this, that was with the RAAL monocore muzzle, similar to the monolithic suppressor, the RAAL line breaker barrel, which offers damage range, bullet velocity, and additional recoil control for, again, those slight cons of ADS speed and movement speed. I was running the tack laser for the aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness. That 3x optic, because if I'm playing it in Warzone, I want to get used to, again, that pinpoint precision, but also higher magnification than just the iron sights or a base optic. And then finally, the FFS oblique underbarrel for additional ADS speed and recoil control. Though, one interesting thing, though, is that this very well could be something that's the successor if it is the Bruin 2.0, because you can build it out in a very similar fashion here in regards to what each attachment on offer does for how it did with the Bruin. For example, you could probably put on the RAAL monocore, the line breaker, the tack laser, the 3x optic, but instead of the FFS oblique, you could probably end up getting away with the 50-round belt mag, which, for those that don't remember what the Bruin 60-round stick mag did, that actually gave you additional aim down sight speed and things like that, where the 50-round belt mag with the RAAL also does the same thing. Faster ADS speed, faster sprint to fire speed, faster movement speed, and faster reload quickness here with this, all for the slight penalty of, well, just magazine ammo capacity, which, to be totally honest with you, 100 rounds is a bit overkill. I actually kind of wish that there was a smaller belt option for all LMGs. I think that'd make them a lot more viable in a lot of situations, because you have things like your PKM, your Stoner, which do have naturally higher ammo counts, but that reload can also get you killed in a lot of situations. So to have a 50-round belt mag that offers, again, those benefits like ADS and sprint to fire speed, as well as being able to reload quicker, you kind of have a built-in sleight of hand with a gun that just gets in a ready position a lot quicker. So I think it has the opportunity to be a Bruin 2.0, but again, right now, a little bit too early to tell. The only thing that I really want to talk about here on this video is that, again, this kind of does mark that end of Modern Warfare's content, the sort of end of an era, if you will. And for me, I'm a little torn on that, because I really did enjoy the Modern Warfare DLC content that we ended up getting throughout the time here. And of course, going through Black Ops Cold War as somebody that really wasn't too into the traditional multiplayer this year for Cold War, whether it be the exhausting matchmaking systems that either were slightly more strict this year or just compounding on the fact of it being the second year in a row of a similar system, making sweating 24/7 kind of exhausting, or if it was just a matter of things like the streak system, which fundamentally I think are incredibly flawed. I just didn't quite enjoy Cold War's MP this year. So having every so often the ability to go back and check out some new Modern Warfare content, or at the very least, just to be excited for new Modern Warfare content coming, that was something that was pretty fun here over the last couple of months, I guess. But with this now kind of marking the end of an era, we now, I guess, look forward to what Vanguard has on offer, and later on down the line, what a presumed Modern Warfare 2 will have on offer come next fall. So that said, that I think is where we're going to wrap it up. That's kind of where we're at here at this, and marks that final weapons update for Modern Warfare. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think here of the RAAL LMG? Have you unlocked it? Have you played around with it at all? Are you looking forward to unlocking it? Whatever the case may be, let me know your thoughts down below. But hopefully enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. And of course, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Warzone, Modern Warfare, Vanguard, anything COD related. We have so much stuff here still coming up on deck, so make sure you don't miss a single thing. If you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. Probably live on both those. So if you guys are a conversation, ask me a question, whatever the case may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.